Hey everyone, and welcome to Day 8 of the Final Fantasy Tactics Colosseum AI Tournament League for April. We've got 12 matches today, 4 undefeated winners bracket to start, and then 8 teams vying for their tournament continuation in the losers bracket. I'm Sardek, and with me is Soul.
Hello everyone.
And as it so happens, Soul is one of the undefeateds in the first matchup. Soul 1 versus Love Colored Magic 1, Monster Mash versus Firing Squad. Love Colored Magic has been doing pretty good, I'd say, with all 4 of her teams undefeated still. Let's see if Soul can be the first one to take her down.
I mean, we have to have somebody besides just Love Colored Magic fighting.
I was looking at the brackets, and if she wins every single match, she will be doing a mirror match every round until the grand finals. She has gotten far enough to the point now where she's just going to keep running into herself unless somebody knocks her out.
Okay, so first up with Monster Mash, we have Barbecue the Aribo, Lechef the Master Tonberry, Salad the Taiju, and the Omen of Death Peking Duck.
I do like that somebody's using the Giravis because it's just been nothing but the gaze bird Cockatoris from the time I did the monster edits, and I really liked the way Zephyr turned out, and then just nobody used it for 2 months. So
I mean, it makes sense. Gaze is a powerful ability. My hope with Zephyr was just to kind of hit and run and lead them to the Tonberry, so...
Yeah, with Tonberries only having 3 move, being able to do that hit and then retreat to bring them in would definitely be pretty useful. And it does seem like whatever you're doing is working, so let's see if it continues to do so. On the other side, for Firing Squad, we have Blinky the Squire with Throw, Catch, and Concentrate, also notably with that escutcheon for the Start Haste. 13 speed and Start Haste is a lot of speed to get started with. And another 12 speed escutcheon on the Geomancer, Time Magic, Regenerator, and Overflow. So it looks like this start hastes to get the haste on the other 2. So a quick 4 haste in the beginning. Pinky and Clyde, the Lancer and Ninja. Lancer with E2 for the defense, an item, auto potion, and throw item. So a very durable support unit. And Clyde the Ninja with red shoes, punch art, weapon guard, and equip armor. That 40% short edge on the weapon guard being very important for this team. So let's see how these two do against each other. Going to large, 45 to start.
This map. I'm a little bit worried because this has not been good for most of my teams. It seems like this is the map that's been the bane of every team I have.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this map being kind of lopsided. But anyways, there's that escutcheon haste coming out, although only gets the Lancer. The Ninja left out from the height differential. So the team's kind of splitting up, so that might actually work out well in your favor.
That and rushing in at a Tonberry is not always the optimal choice, even if you're going to get a double turn first. Because get a sneaking suspicion, they're just going to immediately get stopped.
Yeah, I mean, having just that one Squire so far ahead, there's the Shadow Stitch, just like you said. Taiju going in for the Leaf Dance, and that Squire being split off is just going to get beat up. Jump going in on the Pig, so that should land for a nice 108, but the Giravis moves in with the Wind Strike, and there goes the Squire. Ninja just shy of being able to make it to the pig, too. Which allows the pig to kind of retreat a little with the please eat. Jarvis taking the food, and Hell Ivy coming out. Double stop,
Hopefully
though.
Ooh. Well, I was going to say hopefully that lets the Jarvis get back up after his inevitable death, but him being stopped means he's not doing anything anyways till that point.
On the bright side, the ninja is stopped as well. So at least the Tonberry is equalizing for the Geomancer.
Yeah, at this point the match is really a tempo battle between haste and stop.
That Geomancy only hitting the already stopped Jarvis and not bringing it low enough to die is probably going to matter a great deal, especially with that dead proc.
Death proc.
And Spirit of Life brings the piggy up, and just like that, it's a 4-on-2.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the Squire that's down is undead though, correct?
That is correct. Currently at, I believe, 2.
Yeah, and also I was a little concerned about the Taiju moving up there for that exact reason, just getting sandbagged to death. But the drop is going to get a turn to... Oh, haste the Tonberry, a little bit surprising.
Well, Near Fatal Jarvis basically only ever haste and run. So until Salad comes and heals, that bird is just going to be useless. Although nice that it at least got the haste on its way out.
I was mostly expecting it to haste itself like this. That's why I was a little surprised about the Tonberry.
And the Squire is back up, just like you said.
Yep, and this was my concern. Couldn't finish fast enough.
Everyone's grudge makes the Tonberry more offensive now, though. That's going to make a difference. Being able to actually kill instead of stop is a significant tempo improvement. And Damage Split takes out the ninja. Just what you needed to see.
2-on-2.
Spirit of Life, unfortunately, only able to take one target at a time, and that Lancer's speed is just not going to let that pig get a move.
But at least the Lancer's getting distracted for the moment, letting the Tonberry do some work.
Haste coming out of the Geomancer, that's going to be a pretty big difference.
Yeah, no, that's going to create some problems real fast.
Nice pun. Hell Ivy, but no stop proc there. The ninja manages to get out ahead of the tree and takes it down. Mega Potion out of the Lancer, and the lone Tonberry is suddenly in a pretty bad spot. Ninja goes down, but the Lancer...
Let him cook, but don't think it's going to happen, if I'm honest.
With the Squire standing back up and the Lancer at the ready with haste to bring back up the ninja, it's probably just too much to surmount. Game 1 goes to Love Colored Magic. Small 11 next. Maybe that one works out better with the Tonberry starting a little bit closer and more in the fight. Also, an early kill on the Squire seems to be a distraction that causes problems. Because the Squire does get back up, so if it's the first down, might not be able to take the rest of the team. Although this map is excellent for that.
That Squire just really hates that bird. Ran across the entire map to throw a shuriken at him.
Bird fast enough to get in and get a wind strike before the ninja finishes her off. 3 turns to handle... Well, I guess it will be the Lancer. But 4 turns to handle the bird. That's got to be in your favor.
Bird's at least being a good distraction.
The Tonberry does eat.
Interesting interaction with Yahoo Darkness there to heal the Geo. Oh, and Tonberry just not in range to actually take an action, which I feel is going to be a big problem tempo-wise with how fast these units are.
Spirit of Life does bring the Jaravis back up, and it does get the turn to run away, so a Magic Spirit might be in its future.
More likely a Spear.
More likely, yes. Although I guess 1-for-1 turn is not the worst thing that could happen.
I think this is going to become a, oh, maybe not. I thought the Taiju was going to go down. But not quite, it seems.
No Petrify on the Master Tonberry allows it to get out and stop the Geo. That should wear her haste off, so that's good at least.
And prevent any additional haste. Oh, miss.
The HP restore negating that ninja's turn is huge for that pig, and a nose breath might just turn things around.
Ooh. It's now become a 3-on-3 temporarily.
Yeah, that ninja being hasted and the most aggressive portion of Love-Colored Magic's team, that could be huge.
Along with the two others being stopped, might get the chance to take the Lancer out before the other two ever get out.
Lancer does have Mega Potion and a lot of durability, but the pig could just charm it as well.
They decide to take this outside.
The pig joins them. Near fatal for the Lancer. And Chef's Knife out of the Tonberry, but no dead proc. Geomancer is out of stop and back in the fight now, but Lancer is just doing all he can to hold on.
Ninja's trapped outside there with the pig at the moment. Hopefully the pig can get another charm off.
No carve model proc, but the ninja is no longer charmed. Geomancer in near fatal, but not yet dead. And there's a crystal in the corner. The Squire pops out of stop just in time to darkness the Geomancer back up. Piggy goes
not
down.
To be charming seems to be creating a problem now.
Yeah, but with this 3-on-1 with the pig down, it looks like not quite there. It was a valiant attempt, though.
It was a good attempt, but I don't think the chef's going to be able to get this one.
Love-Colored Magic.
Lack of AoE and the number of turn differential. Yeah, this is looking to go LCM's way.
And just continuing her rampage and finishing it off with a Petrify. Absolutely brutal. Love-Colored Magic takes it 2-0. But it's okay. This is the winner's bracket. Soul 1 still in the tournament.
Time to make that loser's run. To show up in the grand finals, clearly.
It was pretty neat, actually. One of our early tournaments, Kajata lost round 1 and made it to the grand finals with just an incredible run through the loser's bracket. He ended up getting second, but it's not unheard of. It's something we do see. Or third, I guess. I guess he lost just before the grand finals. But anyways, up next, Love-Colored Magic. You'll be hearing that name a lot in the winner's bracket. Versus Kaffe. Team 3 for each. Misfit Somas versus Vulgar Display of Power. For Love-Colored Magic 3, we have Shigure the Ninja, Weapon Guard, Equip Armor, and Item. 391 is huge for a ninja, and with a 40% Weapon Guard on top of it, this ninja is unusually durable for one of his job. Hattori the Samurai, with basic skill Hamido and 2 swords, double Kikuichi Moji, feels like that's more thematic than strategic. Ayame the Geomancer, Punch Art, Counterflood, Magic Attack Up, with the Nagorok looking to be more focused on just getting Geomancy damage out there. And Kagura the Uribo with Please Eat for support. On the other side, Kaffe with Phil Anselmo the Mind Flare, the Scourge of this month, the Charming Squid. Dimebag the Squire with Item, Weapon Guard, and Attack Up. Squire with Target for that axe, gonna do a pretty serious amount of damage. I want to say 210, because should be, or no, 440, 56, 3. Now more like 180. But anyways, Rex the Cacatoris and Vinnie Paul the Wizard with White Magic, HP Restore, and Guts. HP Restore and Guts, obviously an iconic duo. So let's see how these two do against each other. Large 29 to start.
I was wondering in this tourney when I went to join if we were going to see any Geo nukes, because that was one thing I was even considering at one point. Just loading as much PAMA as possible and then just letting a Geomancer loose. That high damage plus the chance for statuses. This map, though, it looks like our stats can be slow, which is a good status, but not as deadly as what they can get.
Yeah, I do believe that there is one team that has a Geomancer that's putting out like 200 Geomancies. It's insane.
Would not surprise me for this team, to be honest. Because he looks like he probably has close to the stats, and with Magic Attack up...
14 and 12, it's going to be doing 9 times... 12 times 4 is 48, over 3 is 16, so 12 times... or so 9 times 16, so 90. So it should do 144. Yeah, it's Fig 1, I believe, that has it.
Because Magic Attack Up does affect Geomancy if memory serves.
It does, yeah.
It's probably hitting just under 200.
144.
Oh, wow. The pig betraying their own team with its own charm.
Yeah, this is... kind of lucky, actually, that the Petrify didn't land there. And getting a Please Eat for his trouble.
Can't eat a rock pig, just saying. And the squid support is just showing its strength right now. As the only opponents are both charmed, guess the Cockator's just going to see if it can complete its statue collection, which that pig's not buying, it looks like.
And just brutal. Status obviously very powerful, although there are HP restore there. There are a bunch of ways to mitigate status, especially in generics, but people usually go more for the PA and the MA and the speed, so maybe we'll see more Enkai armlets in future months after the just dominance of the squid this month.
I think a part of what makes the squid so strong is, one, the AoE charm is very powerful, if not for the fact that it can charm multiple, but a little bit of extra range it gets from it being AoE. And then the mix with it being able to haste its own allies just creates a potent support core in one unit.
Bird no longer charmed, but elects to only Tailwind. Now both charms are worn off, but Hamido is a good start there to getting back under control. Oh wait, the bird was on that team. Whoops!
That's a valiant effort considering the fact that how sideways that went out the gate. Petrify into a charm that then the pig charms its own ally. Whew.
Anyways,
RNG
game 1
get
goes
it,
to
RNG
Kaffe.
take it the way, though.
Kaffe taking a game off Love Colored Magic. Let's see if she rallies back on the small map. Vulgar display of power indeed. What else could you call that first game? Shuriken on the opener and a Tailwind on the other side. Haste on the Squid is going to be pretty nasty if that's not taken care of in a hurry.
I'm honestly a little surprised we don't see more Temporal Strike with how often haste is thrown around.
It's one of those things that's great when it happens. Oh man, Wizard down and a Don't Act on the Squire.
Like I said, RNG giveth, RNG taketh away.
Shuriken on the Squire takes it to near fatal. But these two monsters are dangerous. Guarding the Wind Strike is really powerful, although it absorbs the return Kami Itachi. Getting the full M barrier suite. And she finishes off the Squire. It is just the two monsters, no revival available. Ninja moving in on the bird.
4-on-2, but more of a 3-on-3 at the moment, considering the Samurai is currently charmed. I don't believe the Samurai had any revival, so... Oh, and the Samurai just put the piggy in its place.
Gaze misses on the Ninja. That's big, though, because that bird's going to go down now. Now it is just the Mind Flare. It does have those charms. But the Ninja isn't having any of that. Carve Model 108 does not petrify. And the haste's wearing off now. The Samurai has a wish for the Wizard. Ninja's gonna run out with a Phoenix down for the pig, leaving the Wizard to the Geomancer.
Probably a smart choice.
But Guts and HP Restore go off.
This could be a huge swing now.
Wizard going for what looks to be a life now. Getting some shells and protects. Kaffe's team coming back together into it. Although the Squire does go back down under the pressure of that Ninja, and this Geomancer could make anything happen. Samurai no longer charmed, and the Wizard unfortunately unpetrified. That super durable Ninja just tanking that Aqualung like it's nothing. A second Guts HP Restore.
Ooh, that's big. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Aqualunging the full health Ninja was the play right there. Not sure what the Squid was thinking.
Chakra for the piggy there.
Having him, it looks like the Cockatoris is going to stay out of this match. And it's now a permanent 3-on-4.
Cockatoris has crystallized. And Piggy going for the buffs on the Samurai. $90 on the pig, takes it right back out. But the Squire goes down again. And another wish for the pig. Just the speed on this team making it very difficult to keep it down.
Oh, but here comes the AoE charm.
Double charm is pretty big. Flipping the 4-on-2 to a 2-on-4. But the piggy is guarded, and that answers both charms. And a mid-charge on the Wizard. Guts comes out, but not the HP Restore. So that Wizard is not long for this world. Aqualung on the Geo is met with a Counterflood and a Petrify. So all that's left is that one Wizard. And there it is. Love Card Magic ties it up, and we're going to a third map. Medium 34 for the decider. Just incredible showings by both teams there. Both very strong. Clearly earned their spot in the winner's bracket.
Both of them showing their ability not only to swing things in their favor to start, but to turn it right around.
Yeah, it's a very good use of guts on that wizard, I think. Can definitely turn around bad situations, especially if a squishy unit takes longer to kill than the AI thought it was going to.
What's the percent chance on guts? Isn't it 30, I think?
It is, in fact, 30. When I first was implementing it, I went to the channel and said, hey guys, what percent do you think would be reasonable for an ability like this? What would you actually use it if that number was? And we talked about it a bit, and I'm like, 30 feels fine. We'll see how that big defense sprite is adorable.
A sprite that you basically never get to see.
All of these monster defense sprites are great. But, yeah, we decided on 30 and said if this comes up too much and is too powerful, we'll tune it down in future months. But I think it's played pretty much exactly the way I wanted it to. Like,
I think 30% is probably fine.
It's very visible.
Sometimes that's how RNG is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get it 8 times in a row. Sometimes it just doesn't go off the first time.
Yeah, like, it happens enough on stream that you feel its presence, but not so much that it feels oppressive and you have to have it. Like, I think we accidentally landed on the exact right number the first attempt. Anyways, a throw stone taking out the squire and ninja taking out the bird. And Love Card Magic
that was the witch, actually, not the squire.
Oh, it was the witch. Where is the...
The squire now being stopped and probably not long for this world.
Yeah. It is just a Mind Flare versus a full team, but you can't count out the Mind Flare. You know where that is.
Yeah, we've seen this AoE charm pull shenanigans once already, and that samurai and pig are lined up yet again for one.
Geomancer stepping in for chakra.
Up. And the squid decides to throw the match instead.
Well, the AI, if it sees a death or near fatal, will almost always take that over anything else.
Yeah, if there's one thing you can give the FFT AI, it is that it is bloodthirsty.
That is the case. Ninja gets an
what's
attack.
More thirsty than a squid on land.
Stops the ninja.
I mean, maybe we could see some counter flood stop shenanigans. It's not impossible.
Especially not with a mind control. But it's guarded from the Geo, and that should be enough. 108 for near fatal.
Oh. Near fatal. Are we going to see a charm into charm?
We sure do.
Charm into charm.
Samurai can't get in range for a kill, and the ninja is stopped. What revivals will come out of this Geomancer? Just an attack on the samurai to start. 291, such a large damage to the ninja that it can survive it. Ninja stop wears off. Is it going to be taken out?
Looks like it is with this Geo Pitfall.
Please eat for the squid. No dice. But those are crystals behind it, and it's going to be able to get them. Ninja does get back up with the re-raise and has a Mega Potion for itself, but Love Card Magic plans have been super disrupted by this squid. Pig is no longer charmed. And the ninja heals it back up. All the charms have worn off. Please eat for the ninja to refresh its re-raise. And its haste. That might be enough.
I think the ninja's probably going to get a turn before the squid does.
Between Hell Ivy
sure
and the
enough.
ninja. Phoenix down instead of the swing, though. Yeah, at 319 it wouldn't have been able to kill it, so that makes sense. The double charm once more.
Paying for that revival. And then killing the one he revived.
Haste for the Geo should be important, but it does not land. Geo going for a don't move. Does not land, but the counter flood knocks the ninja out of charm just in time.
But we might see yet again another double charm.
Misses on the ninja.
Only got one. And that's probably not the unit you wanted, if I'm honest.
Yeah, with the Defy Pain there, that's not going to do it. Between this ninja and Geo...
letting the ninja get there.
Yep, it looks like Love-Colored Magic continues her reign of terror. Love-Colored Magic takes the match 2-1 and has secured up a mirror match for the next round.
Squid gave it a valiant effort, but couldn't turn Love-Colored Magic's team against them enough.
Korremar next up on the block to see if she can take down Love-Colored Magic's insane run. Lunch Rush versus I Drink Tea Like a Girly Girl Toho. For Korremar, we have Matheson the Thief with Ninja Edge and Escutcheon for the 14-speed start haste. With Time Magic Catch and Equip Shield, this is the haste bot for the rest of the team. Ragusia, the Squire, with Throw, Weapon Guard, and Abandon, the 25% on Nagrarok plus the 45% Spell Evade on the Buckler makes for one incredibly difficult to hit Squire. Weissman the Archer with Punch Art, Hamido, and Attack Up with that Ultimus Bow. And Lagerstrom, the Time Mage, with Yin Yang Magic, HP Restore, and Guts. Another durable HP Restore Guts unit. Will they have what it takes to take down Love-Colored Magic? Yui the Monk with Time Magic, HP Restore, and Equip Armor. Zephyr the Oracle with White Magic, Weapon Guard, and Defense Up. Very difficult to kill this Oracle with physical damage, between a 30% evasion and defense up, and the 40% magic evade. Sighten the Thief with Defender, Sword Magic, Auto Potion, and Equip Sword. That Defender for Concentrate Sword skills, that's a new one. We haven't seen that before. And it's been doing really well, obviously. And Midori the Geomancer with Steel, Counter Flood, and Abandon.
I imagine that Defender Sword skill will probably put in some good work on removing some of the equipment that's giving all this speed to the other team.
These sword skills are not the Night Break ones. They're the...
Oh, my bad.
Stasis Sword, Crush Punch, Night Sword ones.
Ah, okay.
So the actual damage ones on Concentrate with a Thief, pretty dangerous. We're going to large 99 to start it off. We have definitely seen Concentrate on Night Breaks in past months.
Let's see if Korremar can be the one to take LCM's team down into losers. Come on, we gotta get one down there.
Well, nobody else has yet, and this is the last one of the round, so... Love-Colored Magic will be 12-0 if she takes this one. Come on, Korremar, show us what you got. I will say, Lunch Rush is a very powerful team. It's one of the ones that could do it. Lunch Rush has won most of its matches in absolutely commanding fashion. Earth Slash near fatal for the Thief right out of the gate, but that is a very squishy Thief, so no surprise there. Magic Shuriken mostly dealt with Auto Potion, only 8 damage remaining from it.
8 damage is 8 damage, though. It'll stack up given long enough.
Meanwhile, Wiznaibu's doing 30 a turn. Twice. Anyways, Thief heading off with a slow on 3 targets, and it lands on all 3.
This is going to be huge with the amount of speed that Lunch Rush has.
Yeah, that's enormous. And a 216 Shuriken mid-charge, not quite enough to finish the Oracle off, but that is.
Yeah.
Pitfall takes out the Thief. The Demi 2 for 220 on the Monk. God, that's such a big HP Monk. Lightning Strike
Double
does
lightning
take
stab,
out a
though.
second.
Thief's back up for now. Will he actually be able to do much? Archer's trying to chopper him, but I don't think 82 health is going to be enough. Especially not with that Earth Slash. Oh, but it's guarded.
Thief is out a weapon. No more defender, no more sword skills.
In reality, the Thief just thought it looked nice.
Wish for Green
I was gonna
Thief.
say he takes it to his grave, but Squire wishes he wouldn't.
So we have a 3-on-3, but the Red Thief, unfortunately, pretty much removed from the fight without its sword. So it's
They
looking...
seem happy to pick on him for it, blinding and poisoning him now.
Lunch Rush loses a Thief and near fatals the Squire, and it's punched to death by the Thief.
Guess he didn't need that sword.
Another revive coming out.
I will have to be right back really quickly.
Yeah, you're fine. Pitfall takes the Thief down, and it is a 3-on-1 once more. But the Squire is at 1, and the Time Mage is at 0, so this could flick around at any second. Thief is back up. Tries to interrupt with a charm, but no dice. Full life coming out. Thief is back up, and full Team T is back in it. And the Thief is down.
I'm gone for just a moment, and LCM's entire team is back up.
Although we are 1 turn away from that Squire being up and Korremar's team also being back up. So still anybody's match. Thief
Things
goes
a
down
little bit in Korremar.
for like the 70th time. Wow!
Secretly, that Thief really wanted to be a Dragoon so he could tank the floor. I guess everyone wanted to tank the floor.
Love-Colored Magic does it again, takes the lead 1-0, but Lunch Rush is terrifying on those small maps.
Let's see
Alrighty.
if Lunch Rush can quickly rush in and have his own feast this time.
Well, this is the map to do it. Best Rodeo's house is as small as it comes.
I mean, as a inventor and researcher, you don't really make that much money in the world of tactics.
Love-Colored Magic just 1 win away from just absolute legend regardless of how this turns out.
An early slow to start's a great way to get this going. Block into a counter flood that hits 2, though, and a sleep. Oof.
Triple haste for Lunch Rush, and the monk loses her weapon. But a 3-way lightning stab gets a double kill. And Geomancy takes out the third. Unbelievable.
Things not looking great for Lunch Rush right now. Going for a Petrify. I get a feeling that won't be enough, though. And that was it.
Love-Colored Magic, you absolute wild competitor. 2-0, still undefeated. Hats off to you, Love-Colored Magic. It looks like this is your month. Wow. On the other side of the winner's bracket, we have the other person who I thought it was their month. Can't wait to see that Clash of Titans. Fig 1 versus Korremar 2. It's Time versus Scales of Justice. All right, Fig. Yeah, Love-Colored Magic had one match yesterday, which she also won, so she is now officially 12-0. All right, so for Fig 1, we have Time for My Victory. Well, standing between you and it is Love-Colored Magic, so we'll see how that goes. But also...
But before that is Korremar.
Yep, before that, you got to go through Korremar, so let's see if you can do that. First off, Time the Ninja with Item, Dragon Spirit, and Throw Item. 13 speed and heavy support with its own re-raise. 286 hit points makes it durable enough to get through there. This ninja, on the other hand, is just a brutal beat stick, with Weapon Guard and Attack Up to go with the Short Edge Morningstar and Red Shoes. This ninja puts out withering damage. This Spellblade, this is the one that does 216 with Geomancy. With Counter Flood and Magic Attack Up, this does so much damage. And on the other side, Victory the Oracle with Faith Rod and Rubber Shoes, with White Magic, Auto Potion, and Short Charge. Strong defensive option, very good support. Let's see how that does against the Scales of Justice. We have Kinsey the Lancer with E2, Punch Art, PA Save, and Martial Arts. As she takes damage over the course of the map, she gets stronger and stronger, and we know that Martial Arts Punch Art scale extremely well with PA. Schmidt the Archer with Perseus Bow and Overflow for those one-shot bow hits. With Counter, which apparently counters a whole lot of things. We've seen that do some really nasty things over this event. Item bringing up the support slot. Bristol the Squire with Precision, HP Restore, and Abandon. Small Mantle strengthening that Lava Bolt does a lot of damage. And Beck the Aribo is the strong support friend. Which of these two comes out on top? Let's find out. 76 Zeklaus Desert to start us off. God, these winners bracket matches have all been so good so far. I just love the late stages of the tournament where you really get to see the Titans clash. It's my favorite part.
Especially currently with a lot of the more damage-centric teams showing up.
Yeah, as usual, like, damage does take the top slots. The kind of damage you can put out is just a bit much for the defensive teams. Fig
It's
saying
okay,
this
Fig.
is...
I think this is a lot of teams' worst large map.
It is weaker for the Geomancy, that's for sure. Fig's Ninja starting in with a 156 Shuriken. 180 shot on the other Ninja by the Squire. And the Archer healing off the damage with a power source and retreating. Big damage Ninja. 120, 192. That Squire is done. Re-raised.
Can't save you from that.
Yeah, Protect can't save you from that Ninja. She is just too much. A 208 crit takes her out. But a local Quake for 108 and 216.
Oof.
216.
That Lancer getting built up.
96 Shuriken takes out the pig. It is just a bunch of dead bodies in the center there. Squire with the Phi Pain and the retreat. And full life to bring Murder Ninja back. Lancer with a revive for the pig, and everyone is back up once more. Pig retreats and gets the power source from the Archer, and now everybody is healthy and back in melee with each other.
Melee might not be where you want to be against that Ninja, but that Lancer can eat it for right now.
Shuriken in on the Archer. No counter. Sandstorm 216, near fatal for the Squire. Has to Defy Pain it back up.
That Defy Pain means it actually bought a turn. Because we've seen what that Geomancy can do damage-wise to a team.
Charging up a spell from the Geomancer. 279, not quite enough. Auto Potion goes off, and there's the Confuse. Confuses herself and the Lancer that was hitting her. Shuriken takes out the Archer. And Ninja's going to take out that... Nope, not quite enough to finish off the Lancer.
Just wanted to cure the confusion. Wanted to make it clear she wants her dead. That's all.
Spellblade is going to finish off the Lancer here. Uribo doing its best to keep its team standing back up, but it misses that one, and that Ninja's going to punish that. Archer goes back down.
Archer should have went out to lunch.
Lancer with the escape and chakra. And the confused Oracle goes down before she can get back up.
So the confused 2 meant nothing.
Yep. Phoenix down and she's back in the fight, but she's very low.
Straight dash on the Ninja for 187. Not bad, especially with this follow-up. And
HP.
correct, that's the wrong team. The pig's the one getting followed up, but it fixed the problem anyways.
180 takes the Ninja back out.
There's the follow-up.
Phoenix down to bring Murder Ninja back. And there's a flash heal on the Oracle. 240, almost back at full just like that.
That Ninja Berserk means she's not going to run away, but didn't really get a chance to.
Local Quake confuses and near fatals the pig. Squire with Wish for the Archer. But will the Archer go fast enough? Does not. The Ninja not tricked by the pig. Nose Breath fails.
Looking like this is about to become 4-on-2, or not. 2-on-2 right now, but with Confused Pig, I don't think he's going to be doing too much to help.
Pig is going to go down. And it is just the Squire. Ninja going to bring back up the Murder Ninja.
Squire's got nothing but a crossbow and a prayer. Or a wish, at least. Chose the crossbow. Wants to at least make sure somebody's down when it ends.
Local Quake does confuse the Squire.
Now clearly the Squire's just gonna run over and fix the Berserk Ninja somehow. No, just still wanted to murder her.
There it goes. Fig takes the large map.
And you were worried, Fig.
Small map 73 next.
Ah, we've got the windmill. Feel like a small map probably favors its time, though.
Usually does, although we've seen stranger things.
Missed than a hit, but no PA save to capitalize on that. Hasted Squire gonna try and put in what work he can, though. A solid 144. No Petrify on that carve model, and we're coming up with the Oracle wants to get her own chance at petrification, which does take hold. And there goes the bacon. Squire still hates that ninja.
I mean, if there were ever a ninja to hate, it's that one.
The archer is at least no longer petrified, but is instead a floating corpse. I think the floating statue was more impressive, though. A full life on the Berserker Ninja. And I'm not sure how you come back in this position. Guarding that ninja hit, and that's a start. And the Geo down.
There goes the
But
Squire.
so is the Squire. It's up to a lone Lancer.
She does get the archer back up, and that archer is capable of a lot.
The question is, will he get a turn? And he does.
Uses it to
And
bring the
picks up
pig
the pig.
back.
And there goes the archer. And I'm gonna imagine here goes the pig. No, the Lancer. Squire gets back up with a re-raise and defies pain.
Ludo, you were saying that, you won 2-1, but I'm not seeing that as the case. I just went and watched the match on YouTube, and I see Monster Tactics taking it 2-1. I believe iCast did, in fact, lose. Regardless, Fig takes this match 2-0. And then
Sending
there
Korremar's
were...
second team for the night down to losers.
And then there were 8 undefeated teams. We go now to the losers bracket. With Cross 1 versus Hero 1. Steamroll Strat versus Quadruple H.
Because triple was not enough.
He had a team called Heroes Heroes in the first tournament, and I was like, and we have Heroes, Heroes Heroes. So he named his next team Heroes Heroes Heroes. So this is the natural conclusion of that. Although he has
Clearly
informed
the,
me
next
Hollywood
turning, you
Hulk
refused-
Hogan's Heroes is the actual acronym for Quad H. Not sure I believe him, but sure, why not? I'm coming for ya. Steamroll Strat with an Assassin Dagger, Running Knife Ninja. Cross not been in the streams to explain to me why it has Holy Miter for Start Faith. Still don't really understand that, but whatever. Elemental, Catch,
Clearly
and
it's to distract all the
Overflow.
mages.
Double Dragon Whisker Ninja. This guy has been a menace with Punch Art, Hamido, and Equip Spear. For the Black Chocobo with Chocoball and the regular Chocobo stuff, and Pisco Demon with Energy Blast.
We don't see much of this squid, actually. Just this one, I think, in the tourney, right?
I think there might be two, but I know there's at least one Squid Larkin. I know that both of them have at least one. I think one of them has two. Anyways, on the other side, for Hero, we have Mr. Zoom the Chemist with Steel, Dragon Spirit, and Equip Shield. Mrs. Zoom the Ninja with Basic Skill, MP Switch, and Guts. Heroine the Spellblade with Elemental, Counterflood, and Overflow. You know, pretty typical. And Hero the Geomancer with Punch Art, Weapon Guard, and Martial Arts. 19 PA in Martial Arts alongside a 40% evade. That's a big deal. Yes, Ludo, that is correct. Kaffe 4 versus Ludo 2. I have Kaffe 4 taking the match 2-1. I disagree. You did not win Game 3 unless I loaded the memory card in backwards because it said Team 1-1. Or was that the small map? Give me 1 second. I need to double check this because it is the next match upcoming. Please pardon. Technical difficulties. Be right back. I'm going to start this match while I triple check that.
Sounds good. I'll try to hold down the fort.
Godspeed. Large map 100 to start.
I think Godspeed was the last team. One of the last matches, Lunch Rush, right?
Yeah, it was the third match of the night. God, that team's gross.
Ah, yes, we're in the graveyard, an appropriate place for a match.
Where else would you fight?
The two ninjas staring each other down before the chemist steps in front, saying he'd like to die first. Didn't catch on before, but we also have a black chocobo, another monster we've not seen too much of. Mostly been seeing red and yellows to my memory recalls. Ninjas trading shurikens currently. The chemist fixing that shuriken right up.
Oh, hey, would you look at that? I have closed captions on my YouTube videos. A Masterton
If I
Berry.
lets him run back. This ninja's all up on her lonesome. MP split taking it though. MP switch rather. And down goes the black chocobo.
Oh yeah, Ludo, you do appear to be right. I was watching the small map, not the medium map. So yeah, I need to flip that around on everything and generate that mem card into slot 2 so that we have it ready for next match.
MP switch taking yet another hit, but I think that'll be the last of her MP, and then a Shuriken's going to finish it off. Chocobo's still taking a dirt nap currently, and their ninja joins them. Squid hitting for 162, about half that Chemist's health, but Chemist just wants to read the ninja bedtime story. Not a bitter revival happening here, folks. No sandbagging allowed. This is just going to be a death match. A lone Pisco Demon against the world. He's at least going to take one out, but I think this is going to spell the end for him.
Game 1 goes to Quadruple H.
Man, it's rare I see a match where nobody gets revived, basically.
That is, in fact, quite unusual. Small 48 coming up next.
Thank you for that one, Break. I try. Let us see if Steamroll Strat can get a little more luck this time. Or Quadruple H is just going to powerbomb them into the ocean. That crit making sure the second one doesn't actually land, kind of limiting the amount of damage that Chemist would have taken. And a re-raise to make sure when he goes down in a moment to this Aqua Lung, he's coming back. And down goes the ninja.
Near fatal and slow. That's a good amount of damage. And the Wave Fist, Jesus, 280. Would have been enough
Nothing
by
slow
itself.
about that.
Magic Shuriken only 120, but the follow-up 135 Choco Ball, enough for the near fatal.
Seeing the Squid finally actually support this time, throw some haste on that ninja who loses her faith immediately.
About time.
Instead places it in the stones that just take out that Geo.
Big damage coming out, but not enough to finish off either of them.
That Regenerator will let that Chocobo build up a little bit back.
That miss with the book is huge, but so is that guard with the shield. Especially with a re-raise proccing off of it.
That Chemist just can't land book hits. I think he needs to find a better book.
Aqualung near fatal for the Chemist. The power source to get right back out of that.
Both teams still refusing to revive. Other than themselves with Dragon Spirit.
Misses the Petrify,
For near fatal.
but manages to get the crystal and still no Petrify. But haste wears off and the Chemist gets that book shot, taking her out. It is 2-on-2. Chocoball finishing the Spellblade. It is just a Chemist versus two monsters. Will the Chemist be able to get the revives fast enough?
No, doesn't look so unless he blocks this. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, but re-raise. I think he's going to heal himself, though. Oh, no, goes for the revive.
That said, the re-raise does end the match because only one side is able to re-raise before the game decides that the game is over. So we're not allowing either side to just re-raise from 0 because only player 2 can. So it'd be unfair to give them that advantage. One way or the other, we're seeing a game 3.
Got this all tied up now. Steamroll Strats and Quadruple H, both showing they can throw some haymakers.
By the time you get this late in the tournament, pretty much a guarantee.
I'll have to question that 150 book, while strong. With how squishy this team is, I have to question if it would have been better to just give him something small so he could resurrect more often. But it worked out the first round, so who knows? And they've made it this far. Oh, and we get the proc for the Fire Breath?
Yeah, making it this far, half of our teams can't say that for themselves, so... This will be the...
Ninja violence.
Whichever team goes down, it will be the 33rd team eliminated.
Geo down there taking a bath, and I'll be honest, I'm really hoping to see some water ball frog shenanigans.
Yeah, maybe Frog will actually work like it's supposed to. Fingers crossed.
You know how frogs are. They just do what they want.
Especially when they're confused and hasted. They just flip the fuck out. It's great. Here goes a Hell Ivy. 160, but no stop. That ninja is still hasted. That's going to be a big menace.
The Wave Fist for 210. Pretty solid hit there, but Chocobo's still in it. Black Chocobo proving to be surprisingly durable, unlike his chemist friend.
Haste Ninja just getting the action, bringing the pain. Chocoball is gutsed. The ninja survives, but does not get the reaction trigger.
Oh, here comes the water ball.
But a kill, though, so
Corpses
no
aren't as
frogs
fun as
here.
frogs, but they are more effective.
I don't know. Sometimes I think frog is more effective than a kill because your team like goes off healing it for no good reason.
That's a good point, but it's helping to close out the match at the moment, so...
Anyways, I think somebody was asking before about overflow. Basically anything that reads 20% colon on the damage companion is affected by it. So any kind of status infliction, any weapon proc, any additional spell proc from an ability, all of that is governed by overflow. Anyways, Hero takes the match 2-1. Steamroll Strat is eliminated.
Takes it 2-1 with all four heroes still up.
For being a quadruple team, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. Up next, we have Ludo 2 versus Coppola 3, because Ludo 2 did in fact win that match. I have to fix the challenge if Ludo has not already. So, give me 1 second. I need to flash the ROM here. Move and replace. Okay, memory card generated. First things first, fix that. Slot 2. Ludo 2 versus Coppola 3. iCast versus Meta. Gotta make sure to have a save state. And there we go. Ludo 2, iCast with Sing, Barrier, and Defense up. Wonderwall, of course, being the name of the singer. Fist the Lancer with basic skill, HP restore, and 2 swords. Punchy Lancer with red shoes, gonna do a good amount of damage, and 398 is no joke hit point wise. Mudslide the Lancer with Weapon Guard, Martial Arts, and Punch Art. No, I had it the whole time, Ludo. And Vor the Aribo with Please Eat. Like I've sided it every single time that team has come up. On the other side, we have Annoy the Geomancer with Item, Counterflood, and Overflow. This Geomancer does in fact do as its name says, so many status procs. Support the Time Mage with White Magic, Auto Potion, and Short Charge. Destroy the Summoner with Basic Skill, Weapon Guard, and Magic Attack Up. And protect the Trent with Blessing of Nature. On the... yeah. Okay, large map 106 for this one. Had a bit of technical difficulties getting here, but we sorted it out. Everything is fine.
Got it sorted out ahead of time. That's what matters in the end.
Nothing's on fire, I promise. You can't see the smoke. It's not real.
Yeah, the bombs are later. Or grenades, rather, I suppose. I believe that was a haste 2 being charged up to land on 2 currently, though it hopefully will hit a 3rd. As the summoner moves in, I believe that'll catch her too, and the Trent maybe. Nope, only 3, but still hit all 3, which is very nice. Geomancer going in to start the annoyance. Not confused quite yet. Not fully sure what the Time Mage is casting, unless it's another haste 2. Oh, 487 crit! Oof. She's not annoying anyone but the ground now.
Alright, Ludo, you are no longer loop. You don't need to worry about the loop. I covered it. I updated it. We're all good. Last song, that's been pretty good, especially on Poke Trainer Carl.
Got a double quick, but they didn't really do much with it, sadly. This map continuing to create choke points.
Yeah, this map is very good at making it hard to get where you want to go. And 330 Shiva is a lot of damage. Destroy living up to its name. I don't know.
Because it was started before the chemists got their second turn from the quick, so I was a little surprised they got hit by it.
I guess just nowhere else to go.
Most likely.
Everybody clumping
And
up,
Tree
some
deciding
spells being started.
To leave the Lancer alone for now.
Probably has re-raise. No, he does not. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's because the
spell will kill him.
Yeah.
So no point. Conserve that CT. Not a bad move, Tree. They should know all about staying in one place.
So
Oh,
much,
and the counterflood confusion.
so much big damage being thrown around in this match. Just seeing so many big numbers.
There's the Leaf Dance to break the confusion. If this summon doesn't take him out, though, I have to question that choice. Didn't take him out, but put him close enough. Lancer against the world. That damage split will do it, though.
World, in fact, wins. Coppola takes game 1. Small map 104 coming up next. Lancer is the Berserker, right? Or no, you have two of them.
There are two Lancers. One's a Berserker and one is a punch art one. Lancer eating good tonight. Dinner and music, good combination. But Demon Fire on 3 is kind of a better combination.
No sleeps, though, so not good enough. Goodbye, Time Mage.
Time Mage isn't going to get to do anything. And there goes the Geo. These Lancers going in and telling them dinner's already served.
And dinner is fist. Guarded from one Lancer.
On 2.
Big spin
fist on 2, right back.
And it is just the tree versus the two Lancers.
Gonna body block with the pig corpse.
That's actually going to be really effective against the Berserk Lancer.
Just tree in a corner. I think the tree's trying to convince them that she's part of the scenery.
Really brings the room together.
I'd say so. But a tree killed his father, so he's putting that tree down.
Game 2 goes to Cross. Or, excuse me, to Ludo, and we are going to Game 3. Map 108 for the decider. Going on a voyage.
And the voyage is to the Colosseum of Fists, clearly.
Song starting up. This is one of the larger medium maps. I might even reclassify this as large moving forward. It's kind of pinched in the...
a couple solid turns.
It's kind of pinched in the middle, which is why I think it's classified as medium, but... I don't know. What do you guys think? We do have a...
so we can see it more?
We do definitely have a shortage of large maps, so I'm going to make a note in my maps file for 108.
Both teams having plenty of time for setup. Counterflood gets guarded, but the second one is a confusion prompt.
Yeah, guarded because the chemist is floating, so he is immune to Earth. Leaf Dance hits only the Lancer. Lancer just kind of unsure what he's doing.
Turns out that Lancer could revive, but not right now, I guess. Full life on that Geo, trying to annoy the enemy team, or at least keep that Berserk Lancer busy.
Straight dash to cancel the confuse. Full life is up. We are all back alive.
Summoner trying to make sure that doesn't stay the case, though. And Tree blocking for the Summoner. So this Berserk Lancer should go down.
Chemist with the self-power source. Yeah, can't walk that into their team, Lancer. Sorry. Full life does not land.
Summoner gonna go for 2. And the Tree giving that support damage. I think the Pig at least is gonna go down.
Not if the Summoner does first.
Chemist thought he had a better story. Pig out here serving up a buffet.
Stop coming out, but guarded from both.
Berserk Lancer up, ready to give some knuckle sandwiches.
Or get one.
Tree said try a salad. The other Lancer still insisted, though.
Tree is the only one left up.
It's Tree against 1.
Nice. 3 against Tree. Well, 4 against Tree.
This looks familiar to last round, sadly, and I don't think the Tree ties this area together so well. But a 4-man leaf dance. Don't see that too often.
It's good, but not quite good enough. Lancer finishes it off. Ludo takes it 2-1. Alright, and let's see. We did that, so we're over here. Omega 3 versus Break 2. Don't Poke My Mons versus NBA Jam.
Going for some classic titles.
NBA Jam's been doing quite well. It's been a fun team to watch. So with Omega 3's Don't Poke My Mons, we have Emerson the Explosive, Double Flame Spin, Riley as well, with Sam the Samurai with basic skill Dragon Spirit, and Equip Shield for that E2 with Paragenjis and an E2 that is extremely defensive, and an Elf Mantle on top of it. And Story the Woodsman with Protect Spirit. For NBA Jam, we have Showtime the Time Mage with Black Magic and Short Charge. Hangtime the Monk with Hamido and Equip Bow. Hamidoing those throws has been really cool to see. He's been quite effective. Just quietly a little favorite of the tournament. Jam Extreme the Lancer with Item, Weapon Guard, and Abandon. And Fire Edition the Red Chocobo. Large 40 begins. NBA Jam was so great. Used to love that game.
It really was.
He's on fire.
Like arcade sports titles. Those were always a lot of fun. That Xbox had like NHL hits where they had a bunch of like custom teams and you'd have like skeletons and stuff. And they went all out.
I can't remember what the football game that was in arcades was that was really good. It's like right on the tip of my brain.
Not sure offhand.
It was so good though. Anyways, regardless, teams getting started. Damage split there. Chocobo also going for long range. 76 on the grenade. NFL Blitz, that's the one. Yeah, thank you, Baron. That game was awesome. Critical Quick triggered on the explosive, but it will get the flame spin. Guarded, however.
Still managed to heal up most of its health, though. Critical Quick, Flame Spin being a very powerful combination.
But that Lancer just having none of the damage portion of it. So the grenades really just spin in their tires. Pair of hastes and a regen. Chocobo going for the distant grenade for some reason.
I just like the look of that one a little better, that's all.
Small chain lightning. Splitting the damage, not great.
I mean, could pay off, though, with both the grenades being undead. Want to try and make sure they are at least dead around the same time, so you don't set up a loop.
We are at exactly the halfway point, Ludo. This is match 7 of 12. Power source 90 to the grenade, and they are going down. Choco Meteor puts it in near fatal, but Magic Spirit brings it back up.
AoE of Magic Spirit keeping the whole team in there.
But this bomb just completely unable to get any damage on the Lancer. And now the attacks are going in on the Samurai.
This Lancer's been giving them the cold shoulder, something fierce.
Keeping the damage up. Masa for para defends.
Probably not what the Samurai was looking for, but hey, it works out. And the Time Mage decided to get an assist from the tree.
Not sure why it thought that was the play, but hey, you do you, Time Mage. Flame Spin actually damaging the Lancer for the first time in the match.
That other bomb about to come back up. Yeah, as Baron pointed out, this monk is just living off in his own little world. Popping for 45s and 50s.
Whoops. There's the monk. 11 times 13, 1/3. Should be doing 143. So it appears to just be bad compats or protects. Also could just be the protects from the tree. Well, yeah, that much.
Change the name of this Lancer to Firefighter.
That's enough. That bomb goes down.
But just in time for the other to get up.
Ever the way. But that one doesn't doesn't have protect or shell, so
Should be a little bit easier to take down. And the tree not really able to do much.
Choco Cure for 76.
Break, the bombs are undead. Therefore, at the end of their timer, they will get back up. Which I will say was a very interesting change to make to bombs.
Initially, they were undead specifically so that you couldn't just Phoenix down them and have them self-destruct at, like, 1 hit point. So it was a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, I can imagine. It also creates a more fun loop. Thematically, the idea of the bombs exploding and then just getting back up after a little while makes sense why they'd be willing to explode so quickly.
Although, I have to do a kind of review of that now that 2 of the bombs, like, literally never use self-destruct because their damage is too high or their self-heal is too good. Like, there will be some change made to bombs, although I am not 100% on what it's going to be yet. And I do tend to take a measured approach on these things. I don't just, like, nerf things into oblivion, usually. Although, on that note, I think I'm going to be buffing drawouts again coming into next month.
I'm guessing the defend change just having too many negatives. Because regen wasn't that impactful to start. It seems like Masamune especially is just tended to be less of a effective tool this month.
But anyways, I think what I'll end up doing is, well, I'll figure that out when it's time.
I do agree with Hero actually having one of the bombs. I don't think it's necessarily bad for the 6K bombs to heal like they do, but maybe not for the amount they do, because it basically takes them to full health. It makes them very hard to keep down.
A thing that occurs to me now that I'm looking at it is, I think I need to just, like, half the healing incoming, because I think that's an order of operations thing. Like, if the heal was just for half as much, that's very, very different. I think I'm just, like, doing it in the wrong order, which is why that's not happening. Which would be an easy enough fix, so...
I think these 2 bombs are probably going to do what they can to heal each other and wear down the Chocobo.
Although that said, once this samurai is taken out for good, then the,
Which is, she's putting up the fight.
Chain Lightning, though. Well, maybe not. But yeah, if they manage to take her out without Dragon Spiriting, and it is just the bombs, I think the team has what it takes to get the damage through, and I don't think the bombs do enough to answer it. But I think it's...
Especially not with that red Chocobo, Choco curing and hitting both and healing itself.
But yeah, I do think that the bombs are not quite going to be able to break out of this one if the samurai is taken out.
Right now, the samurai is just buying as much time as she can.
Defy Pain!
Defy Pain. And here we go again.
Yep.
It seems like the red Chocobo and the 2 explosives are in kind of a standstill.
Which I guess actually works out pretty well for the red Chocobo. It won't be a stalemate as soon as the samurai goes down, because with the additional damage from the Lancer and the Monk, they should be able to overcome the bombs.
Yeah, they should be able to push through. Just currently they're kept busy. And that Dragon Spirit... Just making sure we're going to be here for a minute. And the tree... Oh, that tree's dying, actually.
Yeah, tree is about to crystallize.
So we are making progress. Towards one of the sides, at least. Oh, she's down, but Dragon Spirit's going to pick her back up, and she may just grab that crystal. Yep.
Just going a little fast forward here.
This entire thing basically hinges on if Dragon Spirit goes off or not.
Which
Or
eventually
if the
it will
monk decides he
not.
wants to fight the bombs. Yeah, I believe the monk has bad compat with the bombs, which is meaning he can't really...
Oh, that was a self-destruct.
Oh, wow! One of the bombs solving it for himself.
A haste coming out. That might matter a bunch. Defy pain as expected.
They've at least got the Lancer, the Samurai trapped. Defy pain. The, Time Mage not really helping out right now, if I'm quite honest.
Critical quick.
Into a flame spin.
Lancer going with the power sources, and that second bomb is down.
But I don't think they're going to be able to get that Samurai down fast enough before the other bomb gets right back up. Especially not considering they're just healing each other. Oh, a jump coming out. Come on. There we go.
Sure enough. That was game one, I believe.
Believe so.
Game one goes to NBA Jam.
Don't poke my mons, showing just how much staying power they have.
Much smaller map here. Although the monk does have some perches to rain arrows from.
Every time I see a small map and a bomb, I've got one dream, and it's a 4-man self-destruct.
We have definitely seen a Flare 2 that kills all 4 members of its own caster's team and 1 enemy unit.
Checks out. Reminds me of when I was watching arena matches and a meteor got charged on a unit with jump. Unit ran up the middle of the enemy team and jumped.
Whoops.
Dropping the meteor on the entire enemy team.
Meteor is just magical throw stone. It's fine. 2 hastes and a regen. And a revive coming out. Defy pain on the monk, and we are back to where we started.
But with everyone just a little closer. And a little faster, I guess. Sadly, the Lancer not getting hit, but that red Chocobo hasted should put in quite a bit of work against these bombs.
Damage the tree, why not?
And miss the firefighting Lancer.
that bomb sprite.
They just want to show off how cool they look. A solid 28 damage staff whack.
Defy pain from the monk, and
doesn't decide to take his perch. If he'd get up there, he could probably do quite a bit.
double Choco Cure. I don't think he can actually jump that high.
It highlighted the square.
Oh, it did this
when
time?
he went to move.
It didn't
Yeah,
on
it
his
highlighted
first
it.
round. Yeah, we do have at least one flat damage thing here in Defy Pain. Defending Chocobo. Looks like he's a surfing bird.
Oh, there it did. I wonder if that was an occasion of being able to jump off of something to get up there.
Yeah, might have been able to, like, jump off the Chocobo's back. Heal for the Lancer, damage for the bomb. Once again, guarded by that untouchable Lancer. That Lancer just doing so much work.
Explosives just can't get past his shields. Chain lightning on 2.
Lancer going in with the power source, 90. Still not quite enough, and as usual, damage just being split all over the place. Choco Cure, 76.
I mean, to be fair, it worked in the first round. Really, it boils down to them actually getting that samurai down, though.
Yup.
But due to the lower max health of the bombs, I think they're favoring them.
The first takedown on the tree is super important because the tree brings up the protect and shells. But, like, once the protects and shells are off, it becomes a lot easier to deal with the rest of the team.
So yeah, it basically boils down to them getting anyone but the explosives down. But sadly, they really want to kill those explosives. If that was the intent by the team's creator, that was very well done in terms of health management to force the AI to target the explosives over the other 2 options.
Flame Spin actually hits the Lancer for once.
And takes down the monk.
If this Time Mage goes down, that's probably it for this team. We'll probably be seeing a Game 3.
It's looking plausible. Just a Lancer left. Lancer in a tree.
Lancer goes
Sorry,
down.
Lancer in a Chocobo, rather.
Chocobo can't revive, so it looks like that's going to be it for that one. We'll be going to Game 3 as soon as that happens.
Wouldn't imagine it'll take too long.
Tough to say with the Choco Cure. They do a lot of healing.
True, Choco Cure plus the regen health. And I actually didn't notice, but does the Samurai even have a decent way to damage at all? I don't think I've seen the Sam ever go for a swing.
I don't know. Let's check what the Sam has. Kiyomori is not a lot of damage, but it's a defensive option. And in the spell list, as
Just
healing...
Murasame and Kiyomori and Masamune.
Yeah, so does not have a damage-dealing draw out.
Makes sense. The intent is to let the explosives do the real damage of the team.
Yep, Defy Pain, Heal, and Wish. No real offensive options except basic attacks. Anyways, medium 39 for our decider.
I'm going to agree here with Breaktube and FF7 Hero. I'm hoping we see some buffs to Choco Meteor in the future.
I might. It's one of the things on my mind. Because, like, initially it was, well, it's not evadable, so better than Ball, so higher tier, but I don't think it's enough better being relatively similar damage.
Either higher damage or another option could be to give it a small amount of AoE. Which could let the Choco do some AoE damage through the match. Even if Choco Meteor doesn't hit the hardest, hitting more will effectively increase the damage quite a bit.
Donk. So that's what, 152 that it does?
Yeah, I think it would be 152. And yeah, that would make Red Choco a very deadly anti-sandbag tool.
Which is fine from a 6,000 cost. Like, you can get away with that at that price point.
Oh yeah, for sure, because at that point, like, a Geomancer would be way cheaper for that. If that was your only goal.
Although getting the area around self-cure and the area around self Asuna and Sturdy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Plus the just immunity to conventional status effects.
Another possibility, if you wanted to go for the AoE route, would be even to knock it down, like, from ×4 to ×3. Since the overall damage will end up higher if they can hit multiple targets. And true, if AoE, it would have the height the Geo lacks.
Bomb goes down super fast, and the second one is near fatal as well. This is going really well in NBA Jam's favor.
Here we are talking about buffs for the Red Choco, and he's just leading the vanguard against the whole team.
And now it's the tree's turn to get taken down. So let's see how that goes. Well, Lancer is definitely not moving in. Hastes 2. Samurai continues the Masamune plan. Sped back up. Now it looks like the Chocobo and the Bomb are gonna dance for a while.
As they've done the entire time. They seem to have reached a really nice equilibrium with each other, but the tree is really tired of this crap. So, meanwhile, the entire rest of the team just hanging out in the other room.
They'll be back. Chocobo goes with Choco Cure and is going to return. No, goes off into the other corner.
Refuses to back down. This samurai just being as tanky as possible while waiting for explosive friend to get up.
Chocobo just making a menace of itself. Another haste 2 being charged. Hits all of its team members and misses the samurai. Well, all of its local team members, you know what I mean.
Hopefully with the Choco keeping half the team busy, the rest of the Choco's team can take out this samurai and keep her down.
Yeah, that's the big question. If the samurai goes down, though, she doesn't get back up because there is, well, without her own re-raise, no one on the team can revive her. Also, the bomb went down again.
Yeah, you know, they figured they would just take him out real quick while the tree was busy trying to kill a bird.
Chocobo just harassing those two non-stop. Time Mage keeping it going.
Samurai actually did go for a swing to, you know, correct me from before.
Flame Spin fails. Because that's what the Lancer does.
I mean, the explosive just wanted to try something different. Clearly the Choco thing wasn't working.
Critical quick.
Managed to heal itself, but doesn't do much to Lancer.
Critical quick again. Chocobo moving in on the samurai. That's a backfield bomb now. And it's hasty. That's going to be a problem.
That may be the edge the team needs.
Monk with...
I will give that break too. Both teams have a lot of sustainability.
Down goes somebody.
The explosive, I believe.
Yep. And now that means that the tree has some focus on it. That's going to be big. Monk
the tree,
keeping...
unlike the samurai, can't deal with all this constantly.
Choco Cure for the Lancer. But the monk goes down and the Time Mage does not have the revival. Self-destruct.
But takes out no one with it.
Near fatal's the Lancer, but the Choco is there to recover it. That's an Asuna. That is not a Choco Cure.
Choco Asuna to get rid of the oil of all things. There goes
Tree
the
is
monk.
near fatal. Tree heals for 130, but the Lancer takes most of it back off. Choco Meteor. Lancer finishes the tree off.
And that should be the tree should stay out of it because Samurai is going to be trapped on the other side of the map.
Yep.
It's now a permanent 3-on-3.
Another explosion.
You know, I was hoping to see more of those, and I appreciate it. Clearly, Explosive just has faith that his team will clean this up. And it is wasting the Chocobo's turns, just curing oil for some reason.
That haste 2 is going to be huge. That is how the team gets ahead of these bombs.
Once they can get ahead of the bombs and get them down for a moment, they can focus fire on that samurai. The Time Mage doing what she can.
It's a near fatal there. But it cures its way up out of it. Looks like the back bomb just failed to get up, so it'll be up any second now. But the other bomb is down. Is this haste gonna be enough? No, bomb is back.
But he does retreat, and it looks like the Time Mage is gonna go have fun with him. And we've seen what this Lancer and Chocobo can do together. Question is, can they do enough fast enough?
With the Time Mage, they might have been able to, but I don't think they can. Oh no! That's a self-destruct!
I'm really curious why he went for that.
I mean, sometimes the AI makes bad decisions.
That Explosive has just decided self-destruct is his only reason to exist anymore.
Samurai is down. Of course, back up with the Defy Pain.
Distracted by the Explosive, they won't be able to keep her down, though.
Although the Explosive is getting focused down now.
I mean, FF7 Hero, as mentioned, making the Chocobo waste its turns. Choco Asuneing. So, maybe it's a next level strat.
Double haste from the Samurai. That's going to be big. That other bomb is back.
Quick into a flame spin.
That's another self-destruct.
I will say this is the most self-destructs we've seen in a match, I'm pretty sure.
Sure is. Near fatal, but no critical quick. But they were not quite fast enough to capitalize. Haste 2 refreshed.
That should make them fast enough for a little bit. But not fast enough that the other bomb isn't going to get back up.
Another haste 2 being charged. Critical quick there. What is there to say that has not been said about the last 17 iterations?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem at this point. A painful mixture of don't poke my mon's defensive setup, and due to that defensive setup, they just can't get the damage enough to keep everyone down. The AI sadly has not realized that if they could just get that samurai down, then it would be over. And honestly, I don't know if the samurai and the 2 bombs have the damage to win either.
Well, good night, everybody. I'll just leave this going while I go to bed, and we'll see what happens in the morning.
Yeah, eventually, the samurai will just not proc Dragon Spirit.
I would be so angry if it was like the one time it didn't get stuck looping on player X wins and instead reset the ROM like it's supposed to. It's too bad the monk is down, because they need that damage.
One of my concerns. One of my concerns is, in round 1, the monk was up instead of the time mage, and I just don't think the time mage has
there was
the
an
damage.
explosion.
Yeah, but Dragon Spirit and the Lancer's the only one over there by the samurai, which means it's going to take long enough for them to get back over. That the other is going to get up. Oh wait, never mind.
NBA Jam takes it 2-1. Don't Poke My Mons is eliminated.
With that, I believe I'm ducking out for we're swapping off co-commentators.
Yep. Thanks a bunch for your help, Soul. It's been great. I will see you in the stream and the chat.
Have a good night, everyone. And best of luck to the rest of the people.
Hello.
And we have Ludo taking over for the back half. So after that harrowing ordeal with Break triumphing over Omegasuspekt, we move down now.
That happened.
To Paffey versus Hero 4, down to Clown versus Willow's Harem Redux.
Oh, wonderful.
Once again,
I remember the first Willow's Harem.
Once again, big thanks to Soul for taking us through the front half of that. Excellently done. Appreciate ya.
Alright, what are we working with here?
Alright, for Paffey, we have Clown the Time Mage with Summon Magic, Critical Quick, and Short Charge. Ringmaster the Aribo with Please Eat. Juggler the Ninja with Item, Throw Item, Catch and Throw. Just all of the throws.
That is a theme.
And Strongman the Ninja with Basic Skill, Weapon Guard, Equip Armor, and of course, them red shoes. Doing, let's see, doing 13 plus half is 619. So doing 190, so 380 swings with those knives. A lot of damage. Let's see how that works out for them.
Can you check that team's Zodiacs?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, it looks like it's a triangle with a best from what I'm seeing, but I don't know specifically how Gemini and Sagittarius work.
Sagittarius is best with Gemini, so
Best with Gemini,
the time
yeah.
mage,
So that's a good triangle with a best.
Okay.
Alright. I just noticed there were the 55 Brave Faith, so I thought the Zodiacs may have been left alone.
On the other side, 3 Scorpios and a Taurus. Willow the Geomancer with Draw Out, Dragon Spirit, and Magic Attack Up. Tara the Mime. Kennedy the Chemist with Dance, MP Switch, and Equip Shield. You know what that means. And Oz the Ninja with Basic Skill, HP Restore, and Guts. Go to
Shame you don't have a werewolf class.
One thing at a time. Large 82 starts us off.
This map is one that I'm really looking forward to once you get into map edits, because it needs fixes.
You know, I have been hearing a lot about people thinking this map is imbalanced because of the way the right ends up getting clustered in there and pecked down, so...
It gets either bottlenecked or split in almost all matches. Alright, we got Tara off the top. That's Tara, isn't it? Yeah. That is correct, Omega. It must have been an oversight by the team's creator.
I mean, it looked like it worked there to me, unless it got please eated, which I think it did, actually.
Sardek, can you please restart the Discord stream? It is quite choppy on my end.
Okay. Wisniboos coming in, doing its damage as it does. But no more extras, and that mime is in a real bad place for revival.
That's looking better for me.
Cool. Height doesn't matter to Phoenix down, though, so... that'll do. Although that ninja is probably not going to be very kind to that mime. Well, that's one way to do it. Goodbye.
Get out of here. I love full damage in this game. It very rarely happens, but it's satisfying when it does. Oh, it can't reach because it fell. That is big.
Did you see that match that was won with fall damage?
I did see the ending. I wasn't there for the stream, but I saw the clip.
Just perfect. Just what you need. Fireball is guarded, and the whole of Willow's harem is collapsing in on the strong man. MP switch keeping the chemist up, though.
Not for long. But this time mage is just going to stall in the back until it gets well again, and the pig can't really do anything that far away. And unfortunately for them, it has kept its distance, as opposed to coming in close enough to do something next turn.
Magic Shuriken takes the mime down once more. But the Berserk
I think it was a good call from that ninja, although the re-raise kind of renders it, you know, meaningless, and it's going to be tough for them to recover from this.
Especially with the power source coming in on the Anger Ninja.
Anger is a strong status.
Pig and Time Mage are getting close enough to actually be involved in the battle now, and that's not what you want to see when you're a solo ninja. Although so far it's working out decently well for Oz.
Yeah, but I don't know how well he's going to last. At one point that pig's going to get close and he's just going to fall for the nose breath, you know. He's got a strong sense of smell, that guy.
Is that what it is?
Mm.
Yeah, being stuck in a sandbag loop, killing one person while the other team has 3 alive, not where you want to be.
And with one of the ones being revived being a berserker, it's just not waiting till it's healed up before it goes back on the offensive. Alright, so that was a decisive victory on the large map. We'll see if small lets Willow's harem get an early advantage a bit better. if they have the whole team up and they can, did they have much AoE on Willow's Harem?
Other than the Wisnaboos and the Geomancer.
Although it is a flat map, and I think this is a carved model map.
Caught.
So maybe.
Juggler's catch once again, proving to be effective.
Oh, that is a please eat on the strongman.
We've
We
seen
couldn't
what
see
Havoc
it.
he
They had a
reaps.
bit of a privacy filter, but it's okay. I know what happened.
Suspicious.
Yeah, you know, just a pig and a guy going around behind the wall. You know,
Doing
deniability is important.
those things that they do.
Oh yeah.
Just short of getting in for the attack, though.
Once again,
Sure
and
enough.
it is in fact carved model. My mate might have hit the ninja there, but the AI was smart enough not to do that. That was a terrible summon. Really a massive waste of a turn.
Willow's Harem definitely doing better this time than last. This pig does not have revive or status cure, so it is a permanent two-man team.
Just gonna keep swinging. That's what he does.
Ninja says goodbye to the mime.
I wonder why they went for the female mime. I would have thought the male one would have better PA for punches and was noticed.
Carve model. Not good enough, and you know what that means. Ninja about to claim another victim.
But it's gonna be the mime, so that's fine.
Not if the pig handles the mime.
No, that is true. That is a good point. So they are the same distance. It could be either.
Strongman proving he's named for a reason.
I was skeptical when I saw the setup, thinking it would be, moderate damage. But that's, he's got good speed, and he's still able to one-shot most light to medium builds.
Mime is up, but does not get a secondary Phoenix down.
Oh, it's only the mime, and she can't do this.
Depends on the crystals. Oh, no, never mind. That
Nah.
ninja's way too healthy.
Yeah. And also this. Chomp.
Chomp. Oh, right, it's a female and does almost no punch damage.
Does it also have low brave? Because even for a basic female ninja, if they had 70 brave, I would have thought it would do more damage than that.
Oh, either way, Paffey takes it 2-0.
Thanks, Hero.
Alright. We have Sardek 1 versus Fig 2. Support the Monk versus Cowabunga. I am all three of the next three matches.
The next one is a commentated match. We can be openly biased, and it's fine because we balance each other out.
We'll just shit talk each other the whole match. Anyways, Sardek 1 versus Fig 2. Support the Monk. We have pure support the Aribo. Defensive support the Knight with Punch Art, HP Restore, and Guts. Just doing the defensive end of the Knight toolkit. Offensive support the Chemist with Elemental, Auto Potion, and Overflow. And brings the pain, the air quotes Monk, with 20 PA, Punch Art, Martial Arts,
20?
and
What
Weapon
the-
Guard.
Holy shit.
And with a 30% Weapon Guard and a 15% Shield, decently difficult to damage as well.
It's not even that squishy. 300 health. What's its move?
5.
And none of the punch art skills actually require Brave, do they?
Nope.
That is a good unit. I like it.
He does what he's supposed to. I think
Mhm.
Fig also found this. I think there are 220 PA Spellblades in the bracket.
That is nuts.
On the other side, we have
Unfortunately, you couldn't get. Oh, never mind. Go on.
yep.
I
On the
was...
other side, we have the turtles from Fig 2. Michelangelo the Aribo, please eat.
That's a funny looking turtle.
Yeah, but I had found it before that happened. And I wasn't going to let you take that from me. That was like the only good idea I had all month. Leonardo the Spellblade with basic skill, damage split, and attack up. Donatello the Spellblade with... Oh, hey, speaking of... The exact mirror.
Do they have the same? No, they have. It's not exact. Yours has weapon guard.
Oh, he has counter
And
flood. True.
what's the move ability on yours?
Float.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Close
pointing
though.
meme here. And April the Chemist with Steel, Dragon Spirit, and Guts.
May the best Spellblade win.
Yeah, the rest of the team just support for the awesome Donatello.
Exactly.
And the rest of my team support for...
Support the monk. It's right there in the name.
It's right there in the name.
What did you name it? I saw it was something in all caps.
Brings the pain.
Oh, we get this funny map.
Fig in red, and me... Or wait, is that Fig in red, or is that me? No, it's me in red.
No, that's
Fig
you.
on the other side. Probably in green or purple? No, blue, I guess.
Blue. This team's so similar you couldn't tell them apart at a glance.
I think at the beginning, Fig was brown and green were his two colors.
Oh yeah.
Like on the
Yeah,
December
class
one.
wise the only difference is one Spellblade versus one Knight.
Hellcry, and there goes whatever she
Was
had.
that a book?
Probably,
I think it was
yeah.
a book.
No, wait, it was a bag. She had the bag.
Ah, was it the auto regen one?
I don't know, but it was a bag.
Fair enough. Please
Big
eat.
Pain gets the haste.
Oh, that is a big buff.
But so too does Donatello. Wavefist one-shots the chemist, as one does. Wavefist near fatals the Donatello. I really hope my knight gets to finish him off with a Hellcry punch. That would just be everything I want. Nope.
Oh yeah, how much PA is the Battle Bamboo?
I think 2.
Oh yeah. Oh, nose breath. Oh. That would have been incredible.
Alright, come on, Hellcry. You got this. Or Revive. I guess that's fine. Carve model coming out. Petrifies the pig. Donatello gonna take that knight right out. Nope, Guts and HP restore.
Ooh.
Wavefist is guarded. Counterflood with the Petrify.
Don't
Notably,
mind me.
Carve model is not Earth Elemental.
I'm dealing with technical difficulties, a bit of delay on the stream, so let me just end the call and I'll get back into it.
Okay. Revive for the pig. Chemist power sourcing itself, but that's going to leave the big damage down for a round. That's a brutal spin fist out of Donatello, and, well, you know how this is going to end.
Are you winning some?
I am not. You
Alright,
you,
I'm
you back in? You all good?
Hard to say right now. It seems marginally better.
Well, Fig takes game 1.
Well done, Fig. He clearly had the better unit concept. We don't see this one often.
That's because there are 50 small maps.
If you were to change the positions, this could be a large map.
The difficulty with that is one side would start with the high
Yeah,
ground.
High ground, I know.
I'd have to make it like high in the center and low in the on both
Yeah,
edges, so
Line them up around the edges.
call it King of the Hill. Don't act on Leonardo. That is not the Spellblade you were going for.
Is that 407?
Yep.
Ouch. And 69% charm? The pig was not into that.
Wave Fist misses. And a revive for the chemist. Going for the charm. Uh-oh. Donatello is charmed.
Let's see if he does the punchies.
I think that is, in fact, what he does. Spinfist takes out one and near fatals the other.
There is a dragon spirit, but she's going to be playing defense. Oh, right, the other one is don't act it as well. So that is essentially the whole team out of the game for probably long enough for them to all get killed. Or it would be if your Spellblade wasn't hanging back.
Donatello, once more, double kill on his own team. Just brutal.
That's probably a decent idea, Sol. Have two on each team at having the high ground.
2 on top and 2 on bottom would be more medium than large, though, because it's not that wide across.
Yeah. Oh well, it's functioning fine as a small map.
Repeating fists for near fatal, but causes the dragon spirit once more.
I think Donatello's gonna finish her. Or nope. The chemist though. That leaves him with nothing to do. That's just boring.
Chemist is back up and power sourcing herself, as one with dragon spirit tends to do. But she goes down.
Friendly fire. Less friendly fire.
And we're going to game 3. Speaking of medium maps where they're split around the map,
Yep.
pigs both on the same side.
I think that's a matter of who gets the either the better straight dash RNG on frontal attacks, or just who attacks first, or who gets a Spellblade on their side.
Kami Itachi does not get the don't act, and that means she's gonna die. Steelheart does land the charm, and time for a taste of my own medicine. Although Donatello taken out by an Earth Slash.
Can the other pig actually get... Yes, it can get that. I wasn't sure what its jump stat was.
Hellcry Punch, there goes my weapon. So down to 18 PA now. Or 17, I don't actually remember.
I think it was 2.
Sure enough, 18. Still enough. Re-raise being put on the chemist. Power Source takes out the knight.
So is it currently a 2-on-1?
Yep.
Alright.
Nose breath. Successful.
Currently a 3-on-0. Oh well, you had a good run. You've still got 2 more matches today?
Yep, and there it is. Fig 2's Cowabunga takes it. Support the Monk is out of the tournament. 2-1 Fig.
Alright. I think this one coming up is my Darkness team, isn't it?
GG Fig. Yep. Beef versus the Darkness stares back.
Nice.
Beef has Agrius motherfucking Oaks, the Spellblade, with item, CT save, and magic attack up. Kind of stealing Ludo's concept from a while ago.
Wait, what's the magic attack up for?
For me
Holy
being
Explosion?
for me being dumb and doing the wrong ability.
Right.
Yeah, because Holy Explosion does not use magic attack up. It's just actually a mistake.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know how this team is still alive. Cleric the Trent with Blessing of Nature. Hammer Time the Master Tonberry. Oh wait, I know how this team is still in.
Right. And looking at this, I am definitely losing this match, so let's go.
And Gideon the Monk with basic skill, counter throw, and equip armor. On the other side, Octopus.Servant, MP Switch Guts Ninja, Testic the Geomancer.
Now, hang on.
On.
I basically I made this whole team after seeing the Dracula mantles. So the ninja has Yagi Darkness for the heals. The Geomancer is just a general healer. I don't think there's any Dark Elemental Geomancy, but it's kind of just there as healing and backup.
I like Geomancers.
This one, you've seen what it does, and it can't absorb the dark, but I just thought Blood Ritual was a cool thing to try out. And then there's this one. I was going for Kotetsu, but since it was reduced to MA times 6, it is significantly weaker than it was in previous months. So I'm not sure that the Spellblade was a good call. What are you doing?
Nothing. Anyways, we go to Large Map 109.
Well, I'm glad you're not the one running the tournament then, Bray.
Yeah, I'll make jokes about it, but I'm not going to actually mess with tournament integrity. I'm not equipping the different ability.
What do you mean? It was always supposed to be that way.
Darn that team builder, Fig. Blame Fig. Definitely not my complete obvious mistake, as is verifiable from the file that you all have.
Which team was it that you renamed to Blame Ludo?
It was Fig's one that was too long to fit in the folder.
Right, I thought it was Fig, and I was just thinking I'll name one next month just called Blame Fig.
Let the blame game commence.
Yes. Now let's see if Octopus gets just demolished again, like she did last time. Oh no, she's escaping.
No, it looks about as
hit,
effective as humanly possible.
hit and run. Probably didn't have any long-term effects because no one's in range to capitalize on it. But hey, it uses up a few of their turns. Oh, the tree didn't buff. Do trees absorb earth?
It's that way.
Hmm.
That
That
has
seems to be the explanation for why it didn't try to local quake both targets. Alright, Octopus is now in enemy ranks.
Let me actually look at the monsters real fast. Yes, it does actually have absorbs earth in the family notes. Oh, thank God that's not a mistake.
Holy Explosion, unfortunately for you, hits the ninja's MP switch, but you do get 2 re-raises up. And my Geomancer is out of the fight for now.
Stop that.
Yeah. Hammer time.
Kiku for 192, but the ninja not following up on it, electing instead to kill the Spellblade again.
Yep, but leaves the Tonberry to finish off the monk. The monk does not have re-raise. Who on that team does have revival? Does the Spellblade? It has item, doesn't it?
Yep.
Just going for a Kiku through the teammate, don't worry about it.
What's the worst that can happen?
But unless the... Okay, I was going to say unless the tree buffs it again. But it did. Whee!
Heal!
See, it's just comical, and that's what I like about it. Alright, I think that's enough.
Looks like it.
It is getting up again, of course, but it's just going to power source and probably get buffed by the tree again. And if that's the loop you're going for, I don't think it's going to work.
I also do not think it is going to work.
Oh, it's starting to go for everyone's grudge instead. Thanks, hero.
Going for a
Oh, that's the
rejuve.
rejuvenate. Was getting a little bit of chip damage on all of them from the tree.
It just really,
cutscene?
really wanted you to go back to blood rituals, so had to full heal the Bloodstalker.
Yeah. But hey, the Kotetsu did... Like, that's the reason I put it on the team to begin with, so that's good. Okay, I think that's a kill.
Sure is.
And the tree, unfortunately, has no revival.
It's not a taiju.
Tonberry is just going to everyone's grudge and run away until the heal comes in, I think. Oh, never mind.
So about that loss, Ludo.
What loss?
Yeah, right?
Nah, seriously, I don't remember saying anything about a loss.
You said, I don't think I can win this one. And then you won this one.
Yeah. Well, that was only one map. Let's see how the rest go.
Yeah, fair, fair. Oh shoot, I forgot to... I loaded state and forgot to add the attack up. Whoops. How many times has that happened?
Every time, probably.
Yeah.
Demon Fire. Sleep on the Tonberry.
Oh, the only good
And-
unit on the team is sleeping? Well, that's going to work out.
And currently a monk can't go to Stigma Magic it because the tree's in the way.
Yep. 220 on that Spellblade. The Leaf
If I
Dance
kill it,
follow-up
it
takes
does
her
kill.
out.
But
She
is
does have the
re-raised.
re-raise, but...
What are you casting? Rejuvenate, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, yeah.
Honestly, it would have been better to just finish off the Spellblade, but what can you do?
Spellblade in near fatal.
Yep.
And Octopus will handle that.
Shuriken. And yes, that is the downside, Hero. I had to be careful about what reactions I put on this team.
Heal for the monk.
Leaf dance,
140.
unfortunately for you, not able to hit your teammate. Oh, Meatbone. Not enough to outright kill the tree, but it's pretty damn close.
Shuriken will do it.
And we get the grudge. Oh, do we get another grudge?
Very grudging over here.
That wasn't even the one that grudged you. Oh, we got a guts.
All about
Now
the
it's
guts.
just a battle. Now it's just a battle of Tonberry RNG. That's all this is now.
Depends on the speed of the Spellblade versus the speed of the monk. Because, yeah, it looks like the Spellblade is in a better place on the speed timeline.
Yeah, and the monk's gonna start going for revive on the tree, who could theoretically buff them both, but I don't think there's anywhere for the monk to revive the other two teammates unless my ninja crystallizes.
Or stands up.
Or stands up. Kitetsu.
No damage split. Monk takes out the Bloodstalker.
And no guts to Meatbone this time.
Just a tree,
Could have just
probably
finished
not
the
going to
tree,
last
but-
until the monk stands back up.
Oh, it's re-raise. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, it's not waiting for an undead timer. It's just a single turn.
Sure
Although
enough.
maybe not with this Tonberry.
Yeah, I knew that it wouldn't. The way the speeds lined up, it just wasn't going to be. So Ludo
Fair
takes it 2-0. Beef is out. Next up, Ara1 versus Sardek 2, a butcher and 3 sides of meat versus Return of Backyard Barbecue. And I'm probably about to lose all 3 teams in 3 matches.
Tuora? Don't do that to me.
I mean, just the way the teams line up, I expect this is well in Ara's favor.
Fair enough.
Butcher with the Bloodstalker, Beef the King Behemoth, Impossible Taiju, and Soylent the Archer with Ara's favorite Lava Bolt and Small Mantle strengthening it with E2 for the defenses. Item, throw item, and counter.
I am a fan of Aura's naming on this team, I'll say that much.
Yeah. On the other side, with the Return of Backyard Barbecue, we have Hammer Eye the Samurai with Draw Out, Sword Magic, Dragon Spirit, and Attack Up. Smokey the Chemist with Steel, Weapon Guard, and Abandon with a 40% Weapon Guard and 24% Mantle Evasion. That Abandon makes her very hard to hit. And actually, very, very difficult for Ara's team to damage. So maybe that will work out.
What's the evasion on Blood Ritual?
I don't know. One way to
Let
find out.
me look up the thing while you're going through the team.
Yeah. Grill the Red Dragon and Propane the Grenade with Triple Flame. She has 223 hit points and is a Virgo, so is good with...
That's neutral.
Yep. So yeah, it will one-shot her if it hits.
If my mind's telling me that it's magical evade on blood ritual.
So it'll
Yes, it
be
is.
48% with the
Yeah,
mantle.
yeah. It's still far from guaranteed, but it's much more likely than if it were a physical evade. Chef's knife, on the other hand.
Yeah, very hard to chef's knife me. Smokey the Chemist gets in place.
And notably, it won't be able to blood ritual the bomb.
Everybody just moving into position to start. Smokey the Chemist moving in. Gets the MP
Perfect.
switch.
Oh, is that even enough to get rid of its MP? Oh no!
Triple Flame does take out the Archer in response, though.
Yep.
So still keeping it even.
Oh, it is out of MP. It only has 17.
Small 88 stab up. But the Spirit of Life brings her back.
And yeah, with the Behemoth, Aura does also have that, tempo over time thing. Just the Behemoth getting progressively stronger if the match drags on.
Triple Flame will hit all three. .208 on the Behemoth, but no double stab proc. Stab up for 242, and Dragon Spirit goes in. Tree once again going, no, Leaf Dance, no revival here. Critical quick on the grenade.
I am a couple seconds behind on the stream, so I can't really react to things before I can't see them before I hear you talking about them.
Need to reset it, or is that just an Australia problem?
No, it's not usually like this. I'll get you to reset, please. Oh, the guts. One second, I've got someone knocking on my door.
Okay. Omegast coming out. Does it land? It does. 208 on the Samurai. Magic Spirit to heal the Taiju. Dragon going again for the Tonberry. Again a Guts.
Is that just the second one, or did I miss one in between?
Missed one in between.
Nice.
Behemoth going for the life break. It does finish off the dragon. Just brutal. Spirit of Life does manage to get the Archer just before she crystallizes. What a brutal set of AI or RNG hits for Aura.
Aura's just feeling vindicated right now about the Tonberry, because he had to defend those so much from people early on. Like, no, they're good, believe me.
Just a complete whiff with Triple Flame. And there goes the Omegast again. Misses on both. But that's a huge heal. Aura's team just way too far ahead.
Does your Samurai have any revival? Not that it matters.
He does not.
Oh, that's right, he's sword magic.
Yep. Aura takes game one. Small 58 coming up. I figure I'll just be the dark mirror to Love Colored Magic, where she wins three in a row at the top of the formation, and I lose 3 in a row.
Yeah. Although your teams aren't going to get funneled into a slaughter round on this map.
No hits with the Triple Flame. Power source coming in on the bomb, 90, because the archer cannot damage it with lava bolt. Chemist misses the Bloodstalker, 52%. Doesn't miss her. Second time in a row, the 52% takes her out on turn 1.
Questionable choice to just walk up and try to stab it, but, you know. No damage split.
No critical quick there. Stasis Sword 210, no damage split.
Was it too far away to hit both?
It looks that way, yes. I believe Stasis Sword has a range of 2.
Yeah.
That's going to be a blow fire to heal the grenade.
Yep. Blow fire is the bull one. This one's fire breath.
180 blood ritual.
160 by the looks of it.
Yep. Shell was on the samurai.
Yeah.
Bomb just failing to make a big impact here.
It is still in something, and this map has potential for it, but it hasn't hit it yet. It could still turn this around
Night
at
Sword
any time,
for a
but...
big heal.
Yep.
But that looks like that was a Guts on the Tonberry.
Oh, that was definitely Guts.
He healed for a different amount.
Yeah. I think that was a Guts on the bomb as well? No, it's still in... It's not in critical.
Dragon going for the kill. Fire Breath.
Dragon time.
Meatbone slashed. That was not a Guts, that just was not quite enough. But that was...
Yep, that dragon just got demolished.
Triple Flame just not working out for my team this round. Samurai is out of MP. And no critical quick there. Triple Flame gonna come out, but gonna do absolutely nothing once more. See, I even said it before it happened because I just knew.
I'm gonna try restarting my PC because this is persisting.
Okay.
I'll be back in a bit.
Leaf Dance takes out the Samurai, and now it is just the Triple Flame. Would take a miracle. And that miracle does not come. Ara takes the match 2-0, and I am fully eliminated from the tournament. Whoops. Final match of the night, Paddy 1 versus Omega 2, Mario and the 64 Chambers versus A Boy and His Bombs. For Paddy, we have Method Mario the Mind Flare with Mind Control, Inspector Peach the Squid Larkin with Psionic Wave, Louisa the Chemist with Sicken, Weapon Guard, and Basic Skill, and Ghost-Faced Wario the Mind Flare. On the other side, Tom the Explosive with Flame Spin, Dom the Explosive with Flame Spin, and Mom the Explosive with Flame Spin. Mom, Dom, and Tom, and Boy the Squire with Flame Shield and Ancient Sword. And item for literally nothing. We go to large 74 to start it off. They say that charm is one of the answers to bombs. I guess we'll be seeing if that's the case here. Time Blast's missing, actually, that one. Which I didn't even know was possible. Chemist tossing a power source at one of the bombs. And the time blasts continue. Flame spin to start off, 154 to the Chemist. And Boy with a swing for 60. Flame attack 176 finishes the Chemist off. And now it is all up to those squids. Enormous 324 to the Squire. First mind control lands. We have one charmed bomb. Second mind control also lands 2 charmed bombs. There's one self-destruct. Does not even damage the Squire, just wanted to explode. Oh, there you go. Charming. Time Blast's continuing to come out. And time for an Aqualung, but it is guarded. Another Aqualung, another guard. Boy, really making some good guards there. Flame Spin 154, Counter Flood stops the bomb. Aqualung is guarded once more. But that 324 takes it out. That's gotta be good compatibility. 90 damage. 90 damage. And that is it. Game 1 goes to Mario and the 64 Chambers. Small Map 38 coming up next. Haste coming out on the Squid Larkin to start off. I want to look at something real fast. Virgo, good with Taurus Capricorn. Alright, so they're neutral, it's just that the Flame Shield is weak water. So that's why Boy is taking so much damage. Sure enough, wow, 324. Healed for 216, though. $216 right back. There's a counter flood, but it does not land the Petrify. Aqualung on the teammate. Psionic Wave. Take a bunch of damage. There's Critical Quick. Goes for the Flame Spin. One of them down. And the Kami Itachi does not don't act. But then again, neither does that. And that one does. 2 charms in. Flame attack to heal the teammate, but that will not break the charm. Aqualung does break the Squire, though. 70 to poison the don't acted one. He's going to move back and take some damage. Mind control for that one. Charmed. Do we have a charm and a don't act? Mind control on the last one. It lands. Don't Act wears off. It goes for the flame attack. Counter Flood comes out. No, Don't Act, but the poison takes it to near fatal. That self-destruct triggers the critical quick. So it gets to flame spin back up. Just throwing some time blasts around now. And he's charmed, but that will wear off immediately thanks to the poison. Still, Phoenix down for the extra squid. Some Aqualung on the teammates. There's a self-destruct. Does 44 to its teammate. 90 on the power source, and that is that. Mario and the 64 Chambers advance. A Boy and his bombs are eliminated. We came in with 32 teams still standing. 8 of them are gone. Only 24 are left. That means we have, I believe, 3 more days worth of matches. Thank you all for coming out and participating as always. Big thanks to Soul and Ludo for the commentary. Nice to give Korremar a night off on occasion. I will see you all tomorrow for the exciting continuation. These matches are all getting really tense now. I can't wait to see what the next ones have in store for us. So good night and see you all tomorrow.